Clearly not our best effort. You know, I mean, it's not to say that there weren't positives. I mean, we scored 120 points, and you know, there were some stretches where we did some good things. Just not consistent enough. Defensively, probably wasn't where it should be. Obviously, the transition piece was an issue, and we knew that going in. That was a strength of this team. And you know, at times the missed shots turned into runouts. You know, and we made plays in the paint. And you know, whether it get knocked down or get off balance, turns into runouts. So some of those are reasonable, but the vast majority, we just have to do a better job, show a little more urgency to get back.
Would you elaborate on the issues in transition? It looked like guys were just a little bit hesitant to get back. How would you?
Yeah, I mean, a little hesitancy. I mean, we talked about that. Is if we're watching and waiting, this team specifically are going to make you pay, and it's a strength of theirs, and they really lean in on it. So the minute there's a change of possession, they're gone. So if there's any hesitation, that hesitation will kill you.
Does the watching and waiting just come from it being a young group, or what do you think?
I wouldn't chalk it up totally to that. I just think sometimes it's just a mindset. You know, it's you either we're going to the glass or we're back. And just that split second, it's not long. It doesn't have to be long. But just that hesitation is just enough.
Wes, what was your thought process on where you slotted Bilal in rotation? What was your thinking on that?
Well, I wanted to get him in, you know, with some of those core guys, and he did some good things. You know, I thought, you know, specifically late in the game, made some plays defensively. Had a couple of blocks, which were pretty impressive. But you know, just get him in the rhythm, and you know, it was slow going for all of us. But in general, you know, we got to be better, and I think that's specifically on the defensive end. I think we have to have a little bit more disposition, protecting our paint, getting back in transition, minimizing some of the communication mistakes. But some of the offensive stuff was positive.
Is the general plan early in the season to ramp him up in regular season games a little bit slowly in terms of?
I mean, he's gonna get some minutes. You know, I can't say it's, you know, I think we're going to progress him slowly. Yes, you know, we're not going to heap too much on him too soon, but his minutes will vary.
What did you make of Kuz's night? Not too active on the boards or assists, but did you need him to
Well,
kind of a score tonight?
no, I mean, we needed a little bit of everything from everybody. So, you know, he had some good moments. And I think once again, playing downhill is a strength. He did that. He did that at times, which is good. I think at times the ball it started to stick a little bit. You know, we talked about it. It wasn't just Kuz. I thought, you know, Denny had a couple possessions. JP had a couple possessions. It kind of takes on a little bit of a snowball effect, and that's where we just have to fight that temptation. Just keep that ball moving. You know, when we do, we're pretty good.
What were you said there were some positives. You said what did you like most about tonight?
Well, I thought in general the shots that we generated were decent. You know, we didn't always make them. We had a pretty good job of attacking the paint, especially early in the first half. I think we had 32 points in the paint there, so that process is good. You know, I think that's something we can continue. But my bigger concerns are defensively. It just wasn't where it should be tonight.
What did you make of Jordan in his first official game?
He had some stretches. You know, I think that was us in general. You know, it's a long season. There's some quality minutes. I think some of those groups were good, but we just have to find a way to put some of those minutes together, compile those together.
How much of the defensive difficulties stem from pick-and-roll defense at the point of attack?
Tonight it was everywhere. It was transition. You know, it was one-on-one. It was pick and roll. It was pretty much an all-you-can-eat buffet.
Just we let them be too comfortable. Didn't take them out of their game plan. They get out in transition. They shoot a lot of threes. We just had too many mishaps. We got to tighten up both ends of the floor and grow and learn from it.
I know it's impossible to answer, but how much of that stems from guys playing defense together for the first time in a regular season game?
I mean, yeah, it does, but I mean, the season's here, so nobody's gonna make excuses. Nobody's gonna make excuses for us. So we got to be ready. We got to learn quickly. Got to make adjustments, and we got to be better. And we will.
You guys played very fast tonight, I thought. How much of that leads to easy offense for an opponent? If all you made almost half your shots early in the game, at least. But when you do miss, how much easier does that make it?
It depends on the shot. It depends on the shot, and that's where we got to continue to learn and grow. Just balance of the floor, things like that. But we want to play fast. That's something we, stress and focus on. And I thought we did a good job of that early on tonight. And again, we'll watch film. There'll be some takeaways from the game, and we'll be ready to go Saturday.
We just have to make adjustments. That's okay. First game and getting out there. So.
I understand not everything's going to be perfect, and you're not looking for everything to be perfect necessarily this season, but with the defensive issues, things like the transition piece, Wes talked to us about that. How important are those factors because they kind of last through and they kind of can infect the team's identity? Like, it's not just about personal performance.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's extremely important. Our transition D was, not good at all. It has to be better. And if it's not, we're just going to get blown out every game. So, for us, we just have to make a conscious effort of getting back, communicating, talking, and just being the unit out there. Tonight, we didn't talk too much, and I think the score kind of reflected that. So,
how did you kind of judge the chemistry between you, Jordan, and Tyus?
I thought it was good. I would love to see us staggered a little bit more. Keeping 2 out of 3 of us out at the same time. There's a couple times in the game it got a little iffy, but I think that it's easy to play with those guys. It's naturally easy. It puts me in a position where I don't have to think too much. Because obviously Jordan, Tyus, they have the ball most of the possession in the half court, and I can kind of be myself. So I love playing with those guys.
So any difference in the approach Bilal had tonight in his first regular season game compared to preseason games and training camp practices?
I mean, it's a little tough. I think he did a phenomenal job defensively. I mean, he got 2-3 blocks, big blocks, but his rhythm was a little messed off. You got to remember he was a little bit with the starting unit for the whole preseason really, and it can kind of mess up your rhythm a little bit sometimes. But he's a young player. He's got a bright future, and I'm excited for him.
With about 3.5 minutes left and game at hand, you were still up on the bench. How cognizant were you at the time that this team needs you and others to be supportive, even in games where you guys are not performing the way you want everybody?
Well, I mean, my teammates supported me the entire game, so if I go to the bench and I'm not supporting them, what does that make me? So, for me, just reciprocation of energy, simple as that.
Our defense was not great tonight. Of course, they were making shots, but they were playing in transition and making threes, which is something that every team wants to do, and we let them do that. So I think that we need to focus on getting better with our defense, especially transition defense.
Understanding that it is a starting point for everything, defense included, how do you kind of get into the right mindset of?
I think it has to be, you watch videos, see the things that we didn't do right, and get to the gym and work on it. And the only thing that you can control is working on your mistakes, and so that's something that we need to do every day. Like I said before, we're gonna go through ups and downs, but as long as we put the work in and keep working on the stuff that we need to improve, we'll be fine.